I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted to ask one specific question, which would be how is it that in 2024 people still not realize that the very premise of the foundation is that we need to see a radius of roughly 4,000 miles to prove that there is any foundation for any other story based upon that foundation to be in any way, shape, or form to be entertained by us, so called flat earthers. Why should I entertain anything about the sky, anything regarding the heliocentric model, is if the very foundation of a radius of roughly 4,000 miles, bendy ground, 360 degrees in every direction, has yet to be proven? Nathan, why is that?
It's a bloody good point. I can't really disagree with you. The only thing that I would say off the back of the radius claim that they haven't proven, and you're absolutely right about, is that they do get a measurement of it and it's off a flat Earth. So it's quite useful for me in 2024, moving forward with my audience, telling them, just tell people that the Earth's measured flat. And then if you end up with opposition from a globe believer asserting their, in this instance, radial value at roughly 4,000 miles or 3,959 miles, then you say, where did you get the measurement? And their measurement in that instance is the minimum elevation angle measurement to Polaris. The other alternative that they blag is the made-up story of Al-Biruni doing dip correction. That's differential from eye level to surface level when measuring the height of a mountain off a flat plane. Well, both instances require a flat plane to measure said radial value. So it's quite useful for me to just spin back into how your belief in a radial value spherical in nature has actually come from a measurement of a flat Earth. So it's only useful to spin. But your sentiment is spot on. I cannot disagree with you in any way, shape. What are we doing here? Prove your positive claim. You say it's curving?
Exactly.
What an outrageous and extraordinary claim. Can you prove that? What's that? You can't? So big it's flat? What are we doing?
Exactly,
I agree.
That's the point. It's like we entertain a card house that has already collapsed because the foundation was never given in the first place.
Yeah, totally agree.
And I'm actually tired of entertaining it, because why should I entertain fairy tales and vain fantasies of adults most of the time if the very premise, the very foundation is just not there? It's kind of ridiculous, actually, also on our side, that we constantly entertain vain assumptions based upon a foundation that is not given. So, anyways, it is crazy, and I wish that people would realize that we actually did the world a favor, because if you look at celestial navigation, for example, and what they need to assume mathematically, which is a horizontal baseline, we have gone out into reality and we have looked for that horizontal baseline. We have proven that horizontal baseline, and people should actually go onto their knees and say, "Thank you, guys. We don't need to assume it anymore in mathematics. We can actually understand that it is what it is in reality."
Oh, I like
Amazing.
you. Your sentiment is what I've been pushing for the last
guy.
month or so. Go ahead, Chocolate.
I was just saying, I like this guy.
Yeah, my attitude has now got a justification which you've offered up that's new. So what I've been saying in 2024 is just tell people it's flat. Just tell people that's how it's measured and used. But you're saying
Exactly.
further to that, because I'm not even adding it in, why would I even entertain your unproven claim as an add-on to my, my attitude is, why are we talking about globe when we can just say it's flat? We have a positive assertion that we can be making. If it's met with opposition, then so be it, we'll deal with it. That was my attitude. That's going to take a massive change thanks to you. I really appreciate it. Why would I even entertain your unproven claim, Earth is measured flat? So I don't need your unproven globe claim when I know how it's measured, and that's flat. Yeah, well done. I love it.
I mean, the only reason why I would say you can entertain it is if you want to get entertainment out of it, because you already know the answer. And it's probably just going to be fun to talk people that are obviously constantly confused. Anyways.
Ah, see,
Yeah,
there is
yeah,
a
that
tangent.
will-
So there's an ulterior motive. You're effectively asking, why do you do what you do when there is an unproven claim that shouldn't even be entertained? That's kind of your slant on the question, right? Because it's to me. Am I right?
Well, yeah, I do it for entertainment sometimes, and I get entertainment out of people who think they talk from a seat of superior knowledge, right? They sit like in this throne of thinking, I know for certain that the Earth is a spinning, wobbling, tilted space ball flying from never expanding void of darkness. But actually, the foundation is not there, has never been proven in the first place. And for me, it's just funny and entertaining to listen to somebody who talks about his fantasies. It's like equal to an adult talking about Santa Claus the whole day.
Well, you give me a get
Well, that's
out.
where I get my entertainment.
That's where perhaps I disagree, or maybe you're just being kind and giving me a get out in that regard, because obviously I've got a show. Well, no, the show's labelled as education, and since 2024, I've had to make kind of a concession from the entertainment standpoint, which is to say, there are two roads that you can take moving forward, or for my audience, this is specifically, but to address you. You can either go along the fantasy route of things like Antarctica and what could be out in the realms that are undiscovered, or what Antarctica is, full stop, as a speculative means to entice people in. That will offer you your quote-unquote entertainment value. Whereas I'm saying, actually, let's do something different. Take the maps and charted territories and show how they were expanded over time into what we now, and still do, call the New Worlds. Utilising, as you've already described, flat baselines, elevation angle measurements, celestial navigation, show how it's been progressed, where nobody could disagree, especially if they're currently living on what are the New Worlds. They'll understand implicitly. But it's not very exciting. Now, it's explicitly proving Earth is measured and has been charted flat. But there's no glitz, there's no glamour, there's no speculation, and there's no, oh, what about this moving forward then? Maybe there's more land. I'm not even giving the opportunity to my audience in 2024 to speculate about such things. I'm saying, just prove it's flat with what you know to be true and can demonstrate beyond all doubt to anybody who's listening. Further to that, I've now got your little bit of rhetoric. Why would I even entertain your unproven claim? Yeah? Well, I don't want to entertain. That's not my ambition. And I've got to somehow wrangle more support financially out of an audience that will be less expansive for the lack of entertainment. I know that I've got counterparts in Flat Earth that will offer up all sorts of fantastical notions of upward rising Earth, ether, or indeed the expansion of the unknown currently plane with an infinite plane idea. Well, all of those things are fantastical and unprovable and speculative, and I'm literally decrying all of it, which is bad for entertainment. It's bad with my YouTube. Yeah, you won't hang around because there's nothing to entice you to stay if you're like, yeah, okay, now I know it's measured flat. Well, what about the fantasy that I wanted? I've come from a conspiracy path. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing is, and I want to close it up and give the stage back to hopefully someone giving, something to support the spinning, wobbling, tilted space ball. Anyways, the point to sum it up is, I wish that the whole community of us people who realize that the Earth is a topographical plane, and that it is indeed what it is, representing itself to be, that we focus on that very premise, that they need to first prove that there's anything else but a topographical plane, which we all observe, and not already start creating replacement stories for things that are built upon that foundations, right? If some guy asks, yeah, but what about the stars? What about if the very foundational premises has yet not been set in the first place?
Yeah, I freaking love this guy.
Why is it that there's this huge community?
You're getting talked over because everyone wants to tell you how much they love you. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, I'm just saying, why is it that we have fallen off the path, so to say, and are now at the point where a large majority of people, social media and whatnot, are entertaining these vain stories about a spinning, wobbling, tilted space ball and try to create replacement stories for phenomena people just can't explain, period, instead of just focusing on the very point that is that the Earth represents itself to be a topographical plane, and that's it.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. You're brilliant, Ace.
This guy literally sounds just like me. I've literally said that whole statement before. I love it.
Anyways, Nathan, that's why I very much appreciate your work, that you try to stay focused on the very matter, which is about what reality represents itself to be, and not try to, entertain people by giving them replacement stories about fairy tales in the first place. And that's what I appreciate. And yeah, very much like listening to these discussions. Anyways, thank you guys.
Thank you.